Alright, here's where things get seriously intriguing. Tencent's dance between power, surveillance, and control is the true heart of this saga. It's like watching a high-stakes poker game. Tencent was already sitting pretty with QQ, their desktop chat app that morphed into a web powerhouse loaded with online games and all sorts of internet goodness. But hold on to your hats, because in 2010, the mobile internet explosion rocked the scene. Suddenly, smartphones were everyone's BFF, while desktops gathered dust. And this was when Pony Ma, the big shot at Tencent, started feeling the heat. He saw it coming. A scrappy startup could potentially snatch their throne. So what did he do? He said, let's make our own startup. Now here's where the plot gets juicy. Pony Ma didn't settle for just one team. He unleashed 3 teams within Tencent to cook up a spanking new mobile messaging app. Think of it as an all-out sibling rivalry on steroids. This was Tencent's typical playbook, by the way, teams duking it out in the ultimate showdown, like gladiators in a modern arena. They call it the shark womb strategy. Think baby sharks eating each other in the womb, survival of the fittest style. Way better than putting all your eggs in one basket, right? Fast forward to January 2011, and bam! Tencent dropped a bombshell, their mobile messaging champ, WeChat. Weixin in China if you're in the know. Hold your horses, it wasn't all rainbows and unicorns. It had a bit of a bumpy start before catching its groove. But hold on to your hats, because when Tencent unleashed the push-to-talk feature, things got a lot spicier. Imagine yapping into your phone and it turning into text messages, a stroke of genius. Only catch? They took a leaf from another app's playbook, TalkBox. And here's where the plot thickens even more. Tencent almost bought TalkBox, but life threw a curveball. Pony Ma needed back surgery. While he was recovering, Mark Zuckerberg swooped in and snagged WhatsApp for a staggering $19 billion. Some say Tencent's interest lit a fire under Zuckerberg's seat and he sealed the deal pronto. Anyway, with the WhatsApp dream down the drain, Tencent said, let's roll our sleeves up and build our own chat apps. And that's how WeChat made its grand entrance in January 2011. Hold on a sec, because this whole competing teams thing was like Tencent's secret sauce. So when WeChat strutted onto the scene, it wasn't content being a mere chat app. Oh no, it had grand plans. By 2012, WeChat flexed its muscles with a whopping 100 million users. In just a tad over a year, mind you. No kidding around here. WeChat wasn't playing games. They were adding features left and right. They threw in moments, their spin on Facebook or Instagram, loaded with posts, pics, and articles. Then they went all out with public accounts, where you could scribble articles and share them on moments. Hold onto your hat, because official accounts were the icing on the cake. Businesses could hawk their stuff, and publishers could fling content around. Drum roll, please. By 2013, WeChat was strutting around with a cool 300 million users. But here comes the twist of the century. During the Lunar New Year, when everyone's doling out red envelopes stuffed with cash, Tencent unveiled a digital red packet feature on WeChat. It was like sending real money with a single tap. Those red packets spread like wildfire. A mind-boggling 75 million of them zipped around during that holiday. That's when the light bulb went off in Tencent's head. This whole mobile payment thing, it's the future, baby. They unleashed WeChat Pay, and just like that, WeChat transformed into a digital wallet too. Hold the phone, because 2017 brought a game changer. Mini programs, picture apps within apps, all living happily inside WeChat. No more App Store hassle, WeChat had it all. Imagine booking a ride, grabbing a bite, or catching a movie, all in the cozy confines of WeChat. Brilliant, right? So you might be thinking, why didn't WeChat conquer the world? 2 words, my friend: Chinese government. Yup, you heard it right. It's a classic love-hate relationship. Tencent had to play by the rules, and they did. The government's always got its eye on them, and anything WeChat sees, the government sees too. It's a double-edged sword, man, but hold on to your hat, there's more to this story. WeChat's not tailor-made for the entire globe. Plus, they face competition in foreign lands, new kids on the block versus the old guards. Although WeChat rocked China's world, it's got its limits. Who would have thought a messaging app could stir up such a storm, right? But hey, don't even think about clicking away. The best is yet to come, and you'll definitely want to stay in the loop. Hit that subscribe button right now, because the next chapter dives into the epic battle of TikTok and Tencent. Trust me, this narrative is about to take a thrilling turn. Diving into the nitty-gritty of this surveillance and control scenario, let's peel back the layers on how Tencent's dance with the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, started. We're rewinding back to 1979, when China's big shot leader earmarked Shenzhen as the testing ground for his shiny new economic plans. This was like the launchpad for China's mission to go superpower status. Nowadays, Shenzhen is like the Silicon Valley of China, home to heavyweight tech players, including our star Tencent. So here's the scoop. China let some local companies loose, as long as they were doing the country proud. That's where the likes of Tencent and Alibaba entered the scene. They stormed the internet scene, building massive user armies, and China was all like, yeah, go on, build those empires, we're cool with it. They were all in for China's image and the CCP's glory. China flipped the script, making local champs like Tencent rule the roost instead of foreign giants. They made foreign companies join forces with local ones, so it was like waving a big flag that said, hey world, look at our companies rocking the stage. Plus, having these local titans gave China global sway. It's like they're playing chess and winning. Now let's talk Tencent and data. Tencent was sitting on a goldmine of user data. For the CCP, this was a jackpot. Surveillance, censorship, they had it all. Docs leaked, revealed that frontline warriors during the pandemic got their comms blocked, and discussions on human rights or pandemic troubles were a no-go zone. But here's the kicker. WeChat, Tencent's all-encompassing app, is such a vital lifeline in China that giving it up is like denying oxygen. So while Tencent's power kept growing, China wasn't much of a buzzkill, even when Tencent played the field aggressively. But the CCP wasn't blind to Tencent's power surge. Their relationship was like a cocktail, some trust, some reminder that Tencent's power's on loan, and it could be yanked back anytime. Time to break down Tencent's stance in this dance. They're all about rolling with China's rules, processing private info as long as the CCP's nodding along. Word on the street is that CCP has a hotline to Tencent's big shots, like a delete this now button. Fast forward to 2017, where group admins on WeChat had to carry the can for whatever was said in their groups. Shaken up, many admins shut shop. And remember, China's social credit score, Tencent feeds that beast, and it affects everything you can or can't do. They got data like your payment history, real-time location, and pals list. China's creating a full-on profile of you, slapping on a trustworthy or not sticker. But as Tencent flexed its muscles, the CCP cracked the whip. Tencent had to recruit its own army of censors to nix anti-government posts. They started deleting more and going all out on suspending accounts that swerved off the script. Take Laura Leon, a blogger with a massive following. She dropped one comment the CCP didn't dig, and bam, her account vanished into thin air along with her earnings. Thing is, even as WeChat's convenience reigns supreme, there's this constant awareness in the air. Your every move is documented, your every comment scrutinized. It's like Tencent's playing the surveillance DJ, and the CCP's got the playlist. Whatever Tencent's eye catches, the government's getting an eyeful too. Over 1 billion people have tossed their privacy and free speech for convenience. There's a gag about ordering too much food on WeChat, like suddenly you're a suspect in some criminal mastermind plot. Now, believe it or not, Tencent didn't sit around cooking up a sinister surveillance plot. They didn't brainstorm a let's control everything scheme. They started as entrepreneurs wanting to make it big, but they made something so appealing, the CCP had to give it the nod, but with conditions. Tencent was cornered, playing the stay on China's good side game. Pony, Tencent's main man, is a smart operator. When asked about censorship, he played nice, siding with the CCP at a tech event. But who knows what's really ticking in his head? The real deal is, China's laws demand data if they want it. Rumor has it that Chinese companies have special internet security police rooms where the feds can peek in or track users. So here's the head-scratcher. Why is WeChat not the cool kid outside China? They tried, man. They even launched an English version and slapped Messi in ads to woo the world. But it's a tough sell when the surveillance and censorship sirens are ringing. Remember Citizen Lab? They found that China's watching and censoring info, even from users outside China. So you're yapping about Hong Kong's protests? Oops, your message might just vanish. And don't think that using a Tencent app abroad means you're in the clear. The CCP still wants that data. If China's giving you the stink eye, Tencent's got to stay in the CCP's good books. That's a load of will they won't they anxiety for folks, especially with the CCP's finger in the pie. Besides, every country's got their own demands, like a picky eater at a buffet. WeChat shines in China because it's tailor-made for the scene. But to work the magic elsewhere, each country needs its own WeChat version with all the right bells and whistles. And yes, they rode the China wave hard. The market's gigantic, with over 1 billion folks. But there's a catch. While they dove deep into China, they missed the boat as pioneers in other lands. So while WeChat might struggle outside its homeland, there's one champ bucking the trend: TikTok, a Chinese app that's turned global superstar. This sets the stage for one of Tencent's juiciest showdowns yet. But hey, hold on to your seats, because we're not punching out just yet. I know you're curious about where this roller coaster goes next. We're gearing up to jump right into the world of TikTok, a Chinese app that's gone rogue and global. Get ready, because this is where Tencent's story takes an electrifying twist. So stay glued, because this roller coaster's far from over.